the first day of the nickel match, I felt like I blew a whole bunch of boards. And they were all, I don't even remember. I haven't looked at them in a while. But if you look up me in that first day of the nickel match, I'm sure there were several hands that I could have done a lot better on. The second day, I played well in the nickel match. But the first day, I was like, I felt so bad. I remember I woke up because I would wake up early there in Schaumburg often, and then I called my mom and I was telling her all these things that I did wrong, and halfway in between the nickel match, and like I did this and I did this and I caused 10. Oh my god! And we were in a very, very close match.
What did she say?
Not much. She
just listened.
Yeah, she's like, I've never heard you talk like this before. I've never heard you be disappointed in your own game like this. She was just she didn't really know what to say.
Hello, Setting Trick listeners. We have an incredible treat for you today. There is no bigger get for the Setting Trick podcast right now than our guest today. The hottest bridge player in the United States, my favorite partner.
Whoa.
I know everybody knows who it is already. He's getting married in a month.
I thought Kevin was getting married in a year.
He's got just more bullshit than you could even imagine. He did not shave he didn't even realize that the Setting Trick is a video format. He was driving somewhere yesterday, was trying to do the podcast from the car. I said, no, that's not going to work, my man. Here we are, Adam Grossack.
Thank you, John. That was a very kind of introduction.
Well, what I didn't do is I didn't sing the little song that I made up in Iceland. Have you've definitely heard me sing it over there, didn't you?
Adam G. That
one. That's it. That is it.
All right, good.
Yeah. Get to play with him today. I love that you know that.
Yeah, I want
it. So this is the first time that we've seen each other since you won the trials. You won just for people who don't know, you were on a four-handed team and you won the open trials to represent the U.S. in the Bermuda Bowl in August in Denmark. And you, where were you seated? Were you seated like eighth?
Yes.
So you're seated eighth. Your closest match was actually your round of 16 match against the Wildowski team. And then you played nickel in the quarterfinals. And one of my favorite things so you won that match by 40?
The nickel match we won by about 40, yeah.
And so I was still at the trials at this point. And I gave you a high five, or I tried to give you a high five, and you were like all business.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool because you were like locked in, and I think you probably recognized that you didn't want to like upset the guys on the nickel team who didn't want to lose the match.
Yeah.
And so you were cool about it. And then from there, I think your last two opponents withdrew.
Yeah.
Like they didn't play the last quarter because you were up by over 100.
True. We were able to build up a big lead in both of those matches. Jeff Wolfson and Steve Garner normally have a very good partnership. We played them in the semifinals, and I'm used to getting killed by them all the time. In the Schaefer game or whatever it is, they play every day, and they're really good together, and they just had a really bad day. unfortunately. And I think the second day, I don't really remember. I mean, I don't know if it was good. They had an off day. I think they're about to go win the seniors, by the way. I haven't looked at the score today, but they were up like 50 or 60.
So, in USA-1 or?
I think they're going to win USA-1. Maybe we can look that up real quick. I don't know if whatever. But yeah, Adam Moldavsky is a tough bridge player too. He's, him and his squad in that first round, he's won people forget he's won the open trials twice, I believe, and that's a pretty big accomplishment. So he's a tough player. So I wasn't surprised that first match was very tough. They had 4 good players.
Had you ever beaten Nickel in one of these things before?
I don't think so.
Had you played him before? In the trials?
Yeah. I don't remember. Maybe when they were with Mextroth and Rodwell.
So the captain of your team was Adam Kaplan, and a lot of people.
That goes way back. I mean, Adam Kaplan is just the captain ever since the junior bridge days. He's just the guy that we put in charge because he appears to be responsible, a nice Jewish boy. He's not going to, mess anything up. He's going to be very careful. So he's just the captain. That was just obvious. Well, and I'm often the captain. Like for the Lewitz team, I do all that stuff. So I was fine not doing it.
Yeah. Well, just for those who don't know, you and Adam were like 2 of the main characters in the documentary film that I produced called Double Dummy. And so to see you 2 guys win your first ever open trials in dominating fashion was really exciting.
Yeah, and it was great for Adam too. I mean, Adam took I don't know how many years off bridge, from his juniors, and took a serious 5-year break, I want to say, maybe, just focusing on other aspects of life, and then got back into it. I remember when he was getting back into it, he would hang out with me because he knew me very well. And then he was like so frustrated that he was making some mistakes. He had to shake off the cobwebs. I mean, because he was always a very solid player, but that was, a process for him getting his game back to the level that he wanted it to be at. And he has. So that was big.
It was surprising for me that you guys won in such dominating fashion, because I remember on like one of the first couple of days playing in the event, Adam and Finn were kind of arguing with each other about some sort of bidding situation where they got overboard, and I thought, I thought that didn't bode well.
And that was, I mean, when I saw those 2 playing together for the first few times, it just kind of made sense to me. I mean, they had some success in Australia. I think they won the Gold Coast tournament, the Gold Coast pair event, and they did well in one of the other nationals. And I just thought that this is a pair that I want to just let them work their stuff out between them. And I'm not going to get involved with that. And then when we were first deciding to put the team configuration together, it was very clear for me that I just wanted to play with Eddie and just do simple and let the 2 young guys just do their thing and not get involved. I mean, Eddie and I are just so used to playing with tons and tons of people and both like hedging so many auctions that that was fine for us. We knew we wouldn't have any problems.
Well, you were also praising him, when I was, like I said, still there, which wasn't for very long, although I did win a match for the first time.
Eddie, I mean, he was just so solid the whole event. I mean, he just doesn't make mistakes. he's just a real good player. I mean, very down the middle in the bidding and the play, doesn't make card play mistakes. It's just a pleasure to play with him. He's great and just really easygoing too.
I just forgot what I was going to say.
I interrupted you.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I did speak to Eddie. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. I did speak to Eddie. Thank you. You gave me his number. And he said, do you know how many times he's won the trials prior to this?
I think he said he won it once way back in the day.
Yeah.
And I don't know who his squad was, but is that what he said?
Yeah, and they were USA-2. It's the first time being USA-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know who his squad was? Did he say?
He said he won the seniors a bunch of times in the mix last year. I don't remember who his squad maybe was. Yeah. But he was supposed to play on the LOL team. You were supposed to play in the seniors. You were supposed to play with your fiance in the mixed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of willing of things to happen because before this event started, I made sure, because we had a deal with Sam Dinkin, and for the mixed, and I made sure to dot the I's and cross the T's, and I talked to Joe Grew, who I'm friendly with here in New York City, and also I talked to Cran because I said, listen, in the extremely unlikely event that I actually win the open trials and somehow does not. I mean, already we're what percentage is this? Will you be able to back me up and play with Emma? And him and Emma are friends. And so he was like, yeah, just let me make sure, blah, blah, blah. So it's fine. And Cran was the same. And Cran was also going to be one of the backups. So yeah, that was pretty incredible that came to fruition. So, and it was great for Emma. Emma was thrilled to be able to play with Joe, and she would have been thrilled to be able to play with John. Also, John is on USA-1 now. But I mean, Joe is a fantastic partner. I was there as an NPC in the mixed. Joe's a great player, and he's really easygoing and a great partner. So, and I know Emma learned a lot playing with him.
He said she played. We were together on Monday playing in this Sam Amer Memorial Golf Tournament,
right?
And he said Emma played great.
She did. She's a tough player. She's very clutch.
But I was thinking it might be harder for her because he just looked at her. I think we have a kibitzer maybe who by the way, she texted me back at 8:29. I texted her. I said, hey, you got any? And she said it was just so great to watch you and Eddie rolling people.
Yeah, it's much more stressful to be a kibitzer. I've been on both sides of this now. When you're just playing in these intense USBF matches, it's very manageable. But when you actually have to watch, it's so much more stressful, I would say.
I think it's almost better maybe to play four-handed too, because even at the trials, you find your rhythm, and you're just I dealt with a lot of just lack of belief in myself at the tournament, and it's easy when you're not playing to kind of, for me, to spiral on that. So
I get it.
I think I could be wrong about this. I think you might have even mentioned to me the possibility of being a sponsor on the team that you were on. Am I misremembering that?
No, you're not misremembering that. For a while, we were we were toying around with the idea of trying to get someone to to hire the team, but again, you would have been a great choice because you're a very good player, so you wouldn't have brought down the team. You know what I'm saying? Like not all bridge clients are equal. There's large disparity in the abilities among them. So anyway, but yeah, that would have been fun, and maybe sometime in the future something like that could happen. I don't know if I can publicly say the next year's trials, but we do already have a team.
Oh, for next year?
Yeah.
Wow. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The same foursome?
We have 4 of the same people, plus we have 2 others. But you do know that we added for our Bermuda Bowl squad, we got John Hurd and Kevin Bathurst. Did you know that? I think you know.
I did know that. Yeah, Joe told me that the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. That was an interesting decision also.
Yeah.
That was multifaceted decision. But
are they paying you to be on the team? Is that the plan?
Hurd and Bathurst? Are you kidding? I mean, they're a great pair. They're one of the top pairs, and I think we were really compelled to add them to the team because we know how hungry they are to win a Bermuda Bowl. They've been there. They've been knocking on the door for that, and they're such a solid pair that we were all really comfortable with. There were a few really good options, and it wasn't obvious at all who to pick. And many, they did a bridge winners poll on who would you add, which I thought was pretty cool. But we were wondering the same thing for a while. But we're very happy with Johnny and Kevin, and I think they'll fit in well with the team, and it'll be good.
So the way it works is for the World Championships, the USBF, the United States Bridge Federation, requires you to have a six-person team.
Correct. And there's also a credentials committee, which we didn't know about. Well, we sort of knew about, but we didn't really fully appreciate, is that the pair that we get a chance to nominate a pair to be added to the team, and they have to be approved by the credentials committee. And there's 12 people on the credentials committee, and if as many as 2 of them don't approve the pair, then they get vetoed. And the guidelines are written in a very, I don't know the right word for it. I would say vague way, such that it's not exactly clear, who you can add. Do you have to add the best available pair? Do they have to be one of the best available pairs? Can they be a little bit worse than the best available pair if they fit in well with the team? Or maybe I don't know. It was an interesting situation. I mean, it doesn't come up that often that a 4-handed team wins, but I mean, I can understand why it was written the way that it was, and it was probably written in a deliberately vague way. So, yeah.
Is that it? Do you know if the people that are on the credentials committee is somewhere on the USBF website?
I believe it is somewhere on the USBF website. It's 12 individuals.
I'll have to look that up at another time.
I can look it up also.
We'll put it in the show notes if it's if there is in fact a link to that. Yeah,
because I mean, after all, we're representing the United States, and the U.S. Bridge Federation has a duty to put its best team forward.
Who do you think was the most excited on your team?
We all were.
Win? Yeah.
Who was the most excited? I don't know. People show excitement in different ways. It's not it wasn't so. See, the thing is, our wins were such like the matches at the end were such like, oh, we're up 100. Come on, like, stay tough. One more set, So it wasn't like it was like a last second big win over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Did you think? I mean, obviously, you did think about it because you talked to Kraniak and you talked to Joe before the event. Like but you're a professional, like that's one of the things that you don't skimp on stuff like that.
Right.
But so you did think there was a possibility that you would win.
Well, I saw the draw that we had. I mean, our first round against Woldavski. Okay. Our second round was against Nickel, which is not the Nickel of the 1990s, the 2000s. It's not the same Nickel. And that's not a knock on the players on the squad right now. They have a fantastic squad, but they were dominating everything in the 90s, just completely dominating everything. And I think some people have caught up. And seriously, just the way the game has evolved, some people have, the margins aren't as significant anymore. So we saw that, and we weren't on the same side of the bracket as Fleischer, which was meaningful. So we were noting that, and then Wolfson would be next, and we saw Rosenthal and Raj's team and Fleischer were all on the other side of the bracket. So it wasn't the worst draw for us.
What did your brother say to you?
At what point?
When you won?
Well, he was just fixated on trying to get added to the team. This was before he won USA-2.
Yeah.
So
he's looking at his fiance. He just shot her like a hard look.
No. No, she. Look, Zachary's a great player. He was very happy for us.
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
He was fixated on getting added to the team.
Yeah, no, he gave me all sorts of different possibilities in which it could occur.
Your future father-in-law was sweet. I texted him. I said, your boy did good. And he said, both my boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Eddie said what did he say? He said something like, you're just one of the finest people in the bridge world.
That's a very nice thing for him to say. It was a pleasure playing with him, honestly. We had played together a little bit in the past. Maybe we had done one or two regionals together. Yeah. And it was just very easy. We didn't do so particularly great or badly, I don't think, but it was just very easy. But it was really cool that we were able to put this together.
He said he thought you were lucky in that you didn't really have any misunderstandings, didn't really have any hands that you couldn't kind of
We did have one. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember there was one where I opened a club in third or fourth seat, and they overcalled a heart or a spade, I forget. He made a negative double. I don't remember if it was a heart or a spade. Pass. And it must have been a club, a heart double.
Oh, you bid two
pass.
Spades?
No, I bid two diamonds as a reverse.
Yeah.
Well, that was my intention anyway.
Yeah.
And then it went two hearts by the one heart bidder.
Yeah.
And now Eddie had a good hand with club support. And, he attempted to show something good via a 2-spade bid because he had shown exactly 4 spades with the double of 1 heart.
Yeah.
So then he was like self-cubiting 2 spades.
Yeah.
Which I sort of got.
Yeah.
I bid 3 clubs. I was something like 6-4, 15 or 16, yeah. And he passed. And it was like we made 170, but I didn't even really fully appreciate that in standard methods or depending on what part of the country you're in, people don't really play 2 diamonds as a full reverse. A club, a heart, double pass that a lot of people just bid 2 diamonds on some random hand. So he thought he had done everything with 2 spades. And then when I bid 3 clubs, I was signing off. It was an interesting one.
Did they bid a slam at the other table or just game?
Big game.
Vulnerable?
Probably.
So you had one bad result.
More than that. I had a bad match the first day of the nickel match, I felt like I blew a whole bunch of boards. I mean, and they were all, I don't even remember. I haven't looked at them in a while, but if you look up me in that first day of the nickel match, I'm sure there were several hands that I could have done a lot better on. The second day I played well in the nickel match, but the first day I was like, I felt so bad. I remember I woke up because I would wake up early there in Schaumburg often. And then I called my mom and I was telling her all these things that I did wrong halfway in between the nickel match. And like, I did this and I did this and I caused 10. Oh my God. And we were in a very, very close match.
And what did she say?
Not much. She
just listened.
Yeah, she's like, I've never heard you talk like this before. I've never heard you be disappointed in your own game like this. She was just she didn't really know what to say.
How much easier do you think it was for Eddie that he was in a separate hotel room from you?
Well, that's a good one because, I like to think of myself as a very easy partner. Okay, like in my own worlds, I think I'm like the easiest, nicest, most easygoing guy like that you could ever play bridge with. But those who really know that I don't know. Everyone has their own experiences, but certain people. Whatever. I mean, how much easier was it for Eddie that he was in a different room? I don't know. I mean, I feel like we were first really impressed with Eddie. I mean, obviously Eddie Wold, it's a household name. Eddie Wold, he's a great player. But we really, really saw it in the mixed trials last year when he played on the Susan Zhang team. And played, all the boards. He played half with Susan and half with Janice. And we lost them in the finals on the Rubinstein team. And we were very impressed with Eddie's game. And then,
is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. So, I mean, and we were like, wow, this guy can really play. I mean, some of these guys that have been playing forever, are really good players. Most of them are great players, but, you don't really realize how good they are all the time. Some of these guys have lost something, whatever. Eddie has not lost anything. He's playing great.
I played against him in a mix a couple years ago, and I opened a gambling 3-0 trump with 8 solid clubs,
mm-hmm.
and it went pass. My partner passed, So he was in the balancing seat, and he bid 4 diamonds, and it went 4 hearts from his partner, and now my partner doubled, and they ran to 5 diamonds, which she also doubled, and that we nicked it. We nicked it a trick, but the funny thing was, my partner didn't have any clubs, and she passed 3-0. And the reason I bring the story up is because Eddie said,
really gambling.
Eddie said after the board, he said, I should have let him rot there. Because it would have definitely been a different outcome.
That's a good one to remember. Gambling 3-0, you just insta-pass with the void.
I don't think she's necessarily proud of it, but it worked out. And she was hot later because I think they make 4 hearts. And so now when they ran to 5 diamonds, that was a contract that we could actually beat.
Nice. Could you beat 5 diamonds if it was played from Eddie's partner's hand?
I don't know.
Ivana doesn't have any gloves to lead.
I don't know. Yeah, but I had a nice conversation with him. We talked for probably like 15 minutes. And
by the way, Bob Morris was instrumental, I would say, in that trials. I mean, he was there with us the whole time, really providing moral support, making sure everyone on the team had what they needed. He was a great NPC before we even officially asked him to be NPC. But he was very, very, very good presence for us.
So he is going to be the NPC of the
yes.
of the team. How did you end up playing with Eddie and Adam and Finn exactly?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how it came together. But I know that, I had been talking to Finn, and floating the idea because we weren't really sure about, because I played with Finn in Boda, in like one of these WBT events, and we did well. And, I was definitely interested in trying to put together a competitive team for the trials, like a 4-handed team, and try to win something 4-handed. So we were definitely looking for the best possible team that we could field. And then I saw Adam and Finn had this success. So I was like, okay, what if we let them play together? Who could I get? Who is the best available player that I could get if we wanted to win 4-handed? And Eddie seemed like the right choice. So that's kind of how it came together, I think. And he was, open to it. I mean, he wasn't like, we still had to figure out a bunch of things, but he was definitely interested in making it happen too.
What did Larry say? Your main client for the NABCs, Larry Lewitz, who you played on his trials teams this is the first time in a while you haven't played on as Larry's partner on a trials team.
Larry is at an interesting point in his bridge career. He's hungry for more bridge successes. He really wants to win, and Larry is a good player, and he's a very capable player. But he's frustrated at some of his recent results because, he's hiring very big teams, and, it could be that the team gets knocked out in the second or third round or first round or whatever round it is. And then, you're in a mid-tier, mid-American city in a hotel room for 10 days, and it's suboptimal. But, Larry was thinking about putting together a trials team. He was thinking about picking up our team for the trials. and he didn't end up doing it. It's tough because the team that Larry has for the Nationals right now is all European, plus me. Bill Madala and Rimstedt. So it'd have to be a totally different team, and it just didn't work out for that particular one. But he was very happy for me and for us. He wrote a nice sort of tongue-in-cheek comment on bridge winners, which I had no idea how to respond to.
What did he say?
He said something like, it's amazing to see what Adam G can do without me.
Oh, Larry.
It was nice, but then I was like, "Oh, Larry, I love you, Larry. I know we could have done it too. I don't know what to say."
You just came second in the Swiss in Memphis, by the way. But you guys
forgot about that. Should I remind him of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell him. I'll remind him we came in second in that Swiss.
Are you joking?
I literally totally forgot that we came in second in that Swiss. Literally.
But he's won Swisses. Like, isn't he kind of once he wants to win? Like,
if he doesn't like semifinal or better in a Vanderbilt or a Spingold, like that is a failure of a tournament.
Well, I mean, I think if you think about it, like if spending the kind of money that he's spending on one of these teams and you get knocked out on day 2 or something, the
margins are a lot
just
closer.
Not this. It's not the same.
The margins are closer. The teams are all very good. You look at all the teams that are rated 1 to 32, for example, and they're all world class. And any one of them could beat any one of them, and it wouldn't be that shocking. I mean, maybe if Zimmerman lost to 1 or 2 of them, it might be a little surprising early. Other than that, I mean, it's not like hugely shocking to see any one of them win or lose. I mean, the Fleischer team with Basis and Lorenzini and Versace Cementa and the Zimmerman team have been, consistently recently the best 2 teams. There's no doubt about that.
Just like winning. They won the Soloway. Yeah. They won the Vanderbilt. They were second, I think. Were they second? No. Sartaj was second in the. He would hate me if I let that slip. They were winning the Reisinger going in the second set of the last day before they got run down
by Kevin Rosenberg.
Kevin Rose,
who's probably in actuality the hottest player in bridge. I mean, what has he won recently? I mean, he won the which pair event with Zia? Platinums?
Platinum pairs, yeah.
Platinum pairs with Zia. What has he won? Let's
Reisinger.
He won the Reisinger. He won the Platinum pairs. He won the Soloways with Finn and Co.
Yeah.
What else? There was something else he won.
I'm not sure if he won something.
Maybe
else.
It was those 3. But I mean, for a guy that doesn't play bridge professionally, maybe he does some stuff now, but I mean, he has a full-time job doing other things. That's pretty impressive. I mean, Zia was like so impressed with his game when he played with him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's gotten really good recently.
I need to have Zia on this bad boy. I haven't had him on yet. I've had you twice now.
Wow.
Yeah. I had every intention of listening to our previous episode. Guess what? I did not do that.
That's fine.
I do remember though that I did not do a lot of preparation for our first conversation.
Stuff
and I was expecting, I thought I thought it was just going to be, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I did more prep today.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, we're having a good conversation too. I mean, the tricky part about me is that I'm not always a talker. Like sometimes you can get me going, and I'll be like talking about random stuff. But like, I don't always just talk all the time.
You were talking to your fiance a lot when we were in Iceland together.
Zing!
On FaceTime.
Yeah.
Did she express any regret that you couldn't play the mix with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I just reminded her, like, baby, you're playing with Joe Grew.
Yeah.
Like, and she knew that was, she was obviously thrilled about that. And
Joe Grew's your backup plan.
Yeah. I mean, Joe played awesome too in that mixed trials. They played really well together, but Joe, and if you look at some of the hands that he played, some of these 6 diamond contracts or whatever he played, he was just really, really good.
Oh yeah. I just love that you love bridge, like that you're a pro. That's how you earn your living, but you also love it enough that you want to play on this 4-handed team and win the trials.
Yeah, why not? It's my passion. I've dedicated so much time and energy into becoming the best bridge player that I could possibly become. I had to quit my job to make sure that I became a Grand Life Master before my younger brother did. That was very important. So I literally quit my job and I beat him by a day and a half.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And then I beat him by about 4 or 5 days for representing the US. So, but I'm not competitive. No.
Were you fully on board with him being USA-2?
Yeah, he played great. He played.
Was there a part of you?
I mean, when him and Michael are on, they're basically unstoppable. I mean, that's a really, really, that's a pair that you do not want to play against when they're on. They're extremely good on defense. That's the thing that people is like, they really, really both understand card play very well. So, yeah, Michael is just an insanely good card technician, and it's a good partnership. We've both learned so much from Michael. So, yeah, it's a good team, the Rosenthal team. I'm surprised that he hasn't had more successes in the open trials, but it's difficult.
Trials it's a tough event.
Yeah.
You and I played. We did not get out of the round robin.
No.
Yeah, that was pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I had one good run. I've had 2 good runs in the trials before this, I think. One time it was with Jeff Juster, and me and Zach played with Juster and Merblum, and we actually upset the Rosenthal team in that one when me and Zach weren't quite as established. But I remember we made it to the semis there. And then the Lewitz team got to the semis also. Actually, Larry played the first 3, and me and Larry were done. We were ahead. We were ahead. When we were done, we were ahead. We had no more sets. But
was this with Zach and Michael?
Yeah, I think we had Joel and David. I think Joel and David there. Don't remember exactly, but
I feel like I can win the trials now.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I didn't think I could do it before. I mean, I've won 1 match, so like, don't like. But yeah, I think
you've won a lot of big matches.
I think it's doable. Well, we won the Iceland tournament. That was your doing. You suggested that. Like let's play Iceland. We had played 7 years ago. We went back, got Michael and Ola Rimstedt.
Yep. That was
like
great.
I never would have thought, like before that, I never would have thought we were going to win that. I mean, like not only win it, but just win it in like dominating fashion.
Yeah. That was cool.
It was huge. It was huge. And we played well.
Do you have the trophy, by the way? Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right here.
Nice.
Yeah, here. I guess you can. Yeah, it sits right on my desk next to me.
So when's the next WBT Masters? They have one, I think, in Copenhagen again at the end of the year. I don't know. The only problem with this is they don't really, the scheduling is not great. I mean, I think they're not so far in advance with the scheduling.
Well, now I'm regretting that I, turned you down for the WBT again.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go, but it conflicts with Hilton.
With your regional.
It's crazy.
Have you booked your travel and everything for Denmark?
Yeah, we have our flight. And we're dealing with the hotels too. So yes, it's a lot of stuff that we have to deal with. Most of it is good, but there is a lot of, we still have our wedding in about 28 days. So we're dotting the I's and crossing the T's on that too. So we're working hard.
You got some, what are you doing for vows?
We're going to have a Jewish wedding.
Oh.
So, you basically have a marriage contract called a ketubah, which includes the vows. So we may add on some additional to be determined, but it's not going to be like, I don't think we're going to be like reading off vows publicly during the ceremony. Not sure. We're still working on it, but the ketubah takes place of that. Is
there a rabbi going to marry?
Yeah, we're going to have a rabbi officiating the wedding.
And where are they from?
He's the rabbi from my temple, actually, in Newton, Massachusetts.
I'm not sure if I've ever been to a Jewish wedding before.
I haven't been to a Jewish wedding. Actually, maybe I did go to. We went to a Jewish wedding last summer. Actually, yeah, be Jewish style.
You're gonna do the thing with the chair, like the.
Of course. the horror. Emma's already, she's already picked out who she wants to be her chairlifters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Precious cargo. It's tough because it's not only finding the strongest guys, but it's you got to find the soberest ones too. So it's a delicate balance.
Well, I'm very curious who that's going to be. I texted your mom today. She got right back to me, very effusive in her praise for you.
Good.
Fired up. Yeah, Alex got right back to me. Your soon-to-be father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Finn and Zachy G did not hear from.
That's tough. They were busy.
Adam Kaplan got back to me. He said that you guys kept bringing back huge cards. And he asked if you're still allergic to South African transfers from some accident in 2010.
Sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, I don't play South African transfers. But maybe not fully allergic. I don't know. It's in the same genre for me as, the people that play 2-no Pest 3-no that shows 5 spades and 4 hearts and think it's a good convention. It's just, I'm happy if it works for them, but it's just not something that I want to be part of.
Your mom said something about finessing a 7.
Oh, yeah, there's an article about that.
Just from the trials?
No, there's it's from like one of the Europeans.
I needed to make it more clear to Eddie knew what I was calling about, but Adam Kaplan and your mom, well, that's not totally true. But Adam, like, I was like, he gave me some stuff, and I was like, well, I was thinking more about the trials. He's like, oh, right. Eddie said you had 20 pages of notes, which you provided.
It was based on, we both have played a lot with like Mexstroth and Rodwell, but it was based on like simplified notes from there, just like 2/1 stuff. He's got some gadgets that he likes that we incorporated. But really, it was a very simple system. I mean, we didn't do, everyone these days is playing transfers in comp, all sorts. We didn't do any of that. But, it's good. We get to use our judgment with standard bidding, and we both understand, expert standard bidding. So we're not losing that much to having maybe a slightly inferior system, but we know what we're doing.
What did Mexstroth say to you when you knocked him out? Or actually, you didn't knock him out. You knocked him out of USA-1.
He's like, well, I've held you boys off for a while now. This is the first match that I've ever lost to you. Congratulations. He was happy for us, and Sally was happy for us, and it's great to see Jeff doing well. I mean, he's playing well, and he's in good spirits, and he's doing well. So it's really great to see him thriving.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to win the seniors. Can we get a confirmation on that? I mean, yeah, they won. Wolfson.
Who's the Wolfson team? So the Wolfson team.
So Mac is playing with Camel, Garner and Wolfson, and Larry Cohen, and David Berkowitz.
Wow.
Good squad. Wow. Very good squad. Well, it's the seniors.
Well, but Larry Cohen,
He's a very nice guy, by the way. Larry Cohen, I've gotten to meet him a few times recently, even though he's done less. He's been less involved with bridge, but he's just really a very gentleman type guy. Just really, really nice person.
Is he on
yeah, he's on the LOL team. I think they're in the USA-2 bracket. Let me just... Oh, that was the thing with Eddie. We could talk about that a little bit if you wanted. LOL beat Leonardin. Yeah, so they're winning. And then Goodman is winning and Capelli. So Capelli, is that Mark Aquino? Yeah, it is. So it's going to be Capelli. Oh, Hammond lost. So it's going to be Capelli, Goodman, LOL, and I guess Wildavsky in the USA-2 bracket.
Is that who lost? Wildavsky lost in the finals to Wolfson?
Yeah. He's playing with Doug Daub. Doug is a good player originally from Connecticut. Well, I mean, that's where I've known him from all my life. We won the GNTs in 2016. He played with Frank, and I played with Zach.
DC? Was it DC?
No, he's in Oak Ridge.
No, did you win in DC?
We won in DC, yeah.
Yeah, that was before the film came out. I was fired up about that.
Yeah.
And then Zach won Player of the Year.
He's been on 2 magazine covers, by the way, just for bridge.
Of were they both ACBL?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You got Player of the Year, and then I don't know the other one.
Well, maybe you'll be on the cover.
I mean, certainly not if I don't shave.
You told me you were coming to the interview after your bridge game?
Yeah, I played today in Queens, New York.
Oh, there's a regional going on?
Mm-hmm. I played with Mindy Feinflater. We came in third in the pairs today.
Are you playing in the regional tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I am playing in a regional tomorrow also.
Where?
Richmond, Virginia.
Who are you playing with?
A guy named Tracy Brines.
Okay, I've seen that name.
He's on Bridge Winners. He comes to the Nationals sometimes. And we're playing on a team with my friend Leah Shao and a guy named JP. Not exactly sure what his.
How far is Richmond from Charlottesville?
It's an hour. Anything we haven't covered?
I'm sure.
The honeymoon fund, is that the desired wedding gift? Is there like a honeymoon fund that I can contribute to?
Sure, yeah.
Did I see that somewhere on your? I haven't booked a place to stay yet.
Oh,
I booked my flight.
Do you need help?
Yeah, but we don't have to do it on here.
Okay.
Would Emma be willing to just like pop in to say, like, give a wave?
She is currently in the middle of an online bridge game with Joanna Stansby. By the way, I don't know. Is that official, by the way?
I think it is. We might just take some board.
No, you got
approval. No, just for the team. They have to approve all.
For the Baker team?
Yeah, am I allowed to say it?
I think so.
Yeah, so she got added to the Baker team. Did you know that?
No, but I was able to deduce it because I knew that they lost some of their.
Wow. So Emma's going to be playing with Joanna Stansby on the Baker team in the upcoming Venice Cup.
So that's pretty cool. You're both going to be playing. You'll be newlyweds.
Yep.
Yeah. How many other husband and wife pairs or players are going to be playing in that? Do you know? Klukowski and his wife, probably.
Yep. Justina,
that's right. Yeah.
And maybe Thomas and Irene, are they going to be involved in there?
I would think. Have you looked at who the European teams like? Since you won? Have you looked to see who qualified?
I think I opened it once. I mean, a lot of it is just like with the check mark, and they haven't actually picked the team yet.
Oh, you mean like the actual registration page,
mini registration page, or whatever?
Because you don't don't necessarily have to play the team that won the right to represent the country there. Like the players don't have to be the same.
Yeah. Yeah,
obviously,
but they haven't. Most of the time, it just says that they will have a team, but it doesn't say what the team will be. We're saying the same thing.
Are you still pinching yourself a little bit about this?
Yeah, it's still pretty surreal.
It's like USA-1, man. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I know.
I guess world champion, Bermuda Bowl champion. That's better.
We got to win it now. Now the real pressure is on. None of this fake pressure before. Yeah, that was Zia's whole thing during the trials. He's like, what do I care about winning another trials? I care more about winning a world championship. I could care less whether I win another trials. I mean, for someone like Adam Grossack, I mean, holy shit. The worst player in the whole event winning the trials. Unbelievable.
Did he say that?
Yeah. And then someone heard it at a dinner. I think Marty Fleischer heard it at a dinner. He said, by the way, I thought what Sia said was very insensitive.
Did you screen with Zia at all when you were playing Wolfson?
Yeah, we had one very interesting six club or six diamond hand that Zia and Mike Camel overbid to. I had to lead a trump to give him a problem, and I found the trump lead. And Zia had a side suit of King Jack. I gotta find the hand. You can write a note. He had a side suit of King Jack 9/8 fifth facing a void.
Okay.
And basically, he had very little play in order to make the hand because he was missing so much and whatever. But he needed to take a whole bunch of roughing finesses to make it. And Eddie had the ace, queen, 10, 6 right after the king, jack, 9, 8, 5th. Wow. And he could have done it. But what ended up happening was he crossed over and he led the 9 of spades. And Eddie covered with the 10. And it went rough. And then he crossed back over somehow. And now he led the jack of spades, whatever it was, 8 of spades. I forget what he led. But now Eddie ducked. And Zia played for me to have ace and 1 and tried to rough out my ace and 1 instead of taking the roughing finesse. It's cool. It was an interesting hand.
Triple roughing finesse. That's pretty.
It was a triple roughing finesse situation.
I mean,
I remember Jeff Hampson in a trials a while back ago had a similar a weird. He was in a small slam or grand slam, and he had a squash to a roughing finesse to it was like a single suit. He had to pin something and then roughing finesse, and he did it all.
Wow.
Yeah,
because Zia and Camel were having there was some tough sledding for those two at points.
I think it's a better match with Camel and Mexstroth, to tell you the truth. Not that Zia and Camel couldn't be a great match, but I think, I think Camel probably feels a little more at ease with Mech. Yeah. That's what I would say.
Yeah, it didn't seem like Zia that was in his.
I mean, they've done well together, and Mike's a great player. So
it just seemed like he was at him a lot.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite screen mate during the tournament?
I liked being in the room with Cran and Vince. I liked having Mac in the room too. It was funny being in the room. Probably I would have to go with Mac. He's just funny. At a certain point, Mac would be making some bids. I forget what he would do. He would bid like new minor forcing. Okay, he's playing with we go like a club, a spade, a no trump, 2 diamonds, and Mac would alert it, and then somehow I guess Eddie would ask what 2 diamonds was or whatever or something on the other side, and Mac is like, "What the hell? Who the hell is making me write what this like?" And then there was something else, and Mac was like, "If he asks what this is." I'm gonna lose it. It's just funny. It's hard to explain.
He still calls me like he calls me. So you set up some rubber bridge games during the pandemic, and we played on BBO, and he started calling me Captain Kirk from that. And because the thing is, because I go where no man has gone before in the bidding, I think, and he loves calling me that. Like he's so fired up. Like, Captain. I played against him in an online game on BBO the other day, and he like realizes it's me, and so in the private chat he writes, "Captain," and then I am declaring 4 spades, and I play. Dummy's got queen 10 4th of spades, and I've got ace 4th, and I play ace of spades, and I play low. And my lefty had overcalled 2 hearts, and Max had been 3 hearts. And I'm thinking about what to do. And he messages me, "I've got them both, James T."
Yeah, Mac is funny. It's good because usually he's so serious, so that when he actually does make some jokes, they're just hilarious.
What did he say? There was a hand in that rubber bridge where you had like ace king, 6 of diamonds, and like king 3rd in the suit. And you were third seed, I think, and you opened 1-0. And like now Mac missed his game or whatever. And what did he say? What did he say? Is it
Yeah, vaguely.
What was the like in golf? My friend would call it a parking lot job in golf. It's like something in Three Strangers, I think he called it.
Oh man, that was fun though.
All right, well, it's great to talk to you. You've
Likewise,
done
thanks for setting
good.
this up.
You've done good. I'm very proud. I have a big stake in your bridge career.
Yeah.
And I love to see you, earn your appearances here on the podcast.
Thank you. I hope to be back next year with a whole slew of new accomplishments.
All right, Adam. I'll see you in Barcelona.
Thank you, John.
In 28 days, and I'll let you know when this is available to the world.
All right, travel safely.
All right, man.
Thanks again.
Best to Emma.
All right, I will. Thanks. Bye.